Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for attending our PixelStudio Academy webinar today. So for the month of February, we are bringing you guys Hybrid Programming 101. And your trainer for today will be Indrashah, the head of PixelStudio NLB. Most of you would know him as the head of the PixelStudio production arm, and he has continued to drive media innovations for NLB. So I'll leave it to Indra to share more about hybrid programming. Take it away, Indra.
Hi everyone, today I'll be going to share with you what hybrid programming is all about. So please squeeze every bit of information out from me. I would like to share whatever I know, and I also do not know what you know and what you do not know. But please be gentle with me because I have a weak heart. Okay, cheesy, okay. Okay, just aside, the aim of this session is to share and learn and how we can bring our programs out to multiple platforms, share programs to maximize reach and improve our programs' attendance and viewership. So this is the different topics I'm going to share today, which I'll be covering. What is hybrid programming? The benefits you can reap out of it, what equipment you need to run, how to set it up. Then I'll also be showing you a demo using pocket cameras, okay? For resource requirements, I will basically touch on manpower considerations, the standardized workflow that everybody can follow, certain standards when running hybrid programming, and also we bring in one of our colleagues, our guest speaker from NL, Ashif, who have tried hybrid programming before with a vendor. So basically, whatever we know, we'll share with you guys, okay? That's going to be very useful to hear from your experience. Okay, next, let's go. What is hybrid programming? Okay, basically, in a simple definition, hybrid programming is a way to run programs in a physical space and live stream it out to digital platforms like YouTube, Facebook, or even Workplace, okay? And making it accessible via video conferencing tool like Zoom, right, for now. So I'm going to show you my setup. I'm actually broadcasting this live at the port and have the system hooked up to the port system. So if you have an audience here, they can hear what I'm saying. So the keyword here is running programs concurrently on both physical and digital spaces. So I need you guys to be clear on this essential concept. To keep this in mind, and we can discuss them later. Why do we do this? First of all, to maximize reach. If you conduct your programs in your programming zone in the library, you are restricted to the size of the space. Example, the programming zone that can take up to like 30 to 50 packs. And with like COVID-19, you need to factor in social distancing, which reduces the number of participants you can have in that physical space. So to maximize reach, we concurrently live stream it out to YouTube, Facebook, Workplace, or even Zoom, so that you can increase the number of attendees of your program, which what is covered here in my point number 2. Not only that, but by conducting hybrid programming, you can also share programs between libraries and other public touchpoints. What do I mean by this? Imagine at TRL, it's a space where we run the programs. Other libraries, nearby libraries, or even in all the libraries, in fact, in NLB can also tune in to this program and stream it out to their respective programming zones or room. They just need to open it up. Then, you can get customers to come in and sit and tune in what's going on in TRL, stuff like that, okay? So that way you can share programs across NLB network of libraries, which is what I want to point out for point number 3 over here. This also means the libraries are working more closely together to share programs. So instead of each library curating their own programs, hey, why not share them so that the number of programs for your libraries increases and the programming attendance increases as well, which is holistically increase NLB's KPI. And not to mention, you save on manpower and resources for those libraries who is just tuning in. You just need to put someone there to connect it to the stream and let it play on the big screen so that customers can sit in and enjoy the show. This means you can also run programs more often because it's just like switching on the TV, select the particular channel and let the program run. So some of you might ask, hey, what happens if we have someone on the receiving end that has a question? Well, they can put their question in the comment box available in YouTube or Facebook, and the branch where you stream the program out, you can actually manage this platform by highlighting it to the speaker, or you can tap on applications like Pigeonhole and something that we're familiar with. So not necessarily you just use Zoom or YouTube, you can use other applications as well. So what is important here, you are making more content with every single program you conduct because you record them and repurpose them later. How cool is that, right? Okay, now let me move on to the essential equipments. To simplify this, the equipment you need are both the ones you will be using for your physical programming, like at the port or at your programming zone, and those that you use for live streaming or conducting your meeting via Zoom. So those things you need. So slightly more equipment because you need to interface the physical and the digital, all right? In a nutshell, what you need are basically microphones, audio mixer. If you have multiple microphones, you need to manage the audio signal coming from the different mics. You need a video mixer to switch the different cameras, which I show you later. We have set up 3 cameras here. Basically, you need to switch the cameras. Basically, you want whatever angles you want to show to the public or those tuning in on Zoom. If you're running multiple camera setup, if you have one camera, you just need to switch. And a computer to send the signal out to YouTube or to Zoom. Next, this is what I just mentioned just now. You need your audio component, you need your video component, and send these 2 signals to a computer, which can send out to either Facebook or YouTube. So for physical programming, you need a few microphones and connect to the audio mixer. Then this house speaker is the speakers that you have at your programming zone. Then on the same physical location itself, you need a few video cameras, maybe one pointing to the speaker, one pointing to the stage, one pointing to the moderator, and all these cameras will be connected to a video mixer. So basically, you will play around which camera you want to show. And you can also connect a PowerPoint from the speaker's PowerPoint slides into the video mixer as well. This video mixer will also be connected to a monitor. So this monitor will show all the footage from the 3 cameras as well as the PowerPoint. Then you can actually use the video mixer to switch which one the audience to see. So this 2 signal, you need to send it over to the computer. It's simple as that. I don't want to go through what cables you need to use. I use HDMI, XLR for the mic and stuff like that. Okay, so that's the setup. So the audio and video signals from the 2 mixers, which indicated here in the signals in yellow, will be sent to the computer, the yellow computer, which is the one that is interfacing with Zoom and YouTube. That's about it. So now the fun part is I show you guys some of the setup that my team and I did over at the pod. We are doing this from the pod at HQ. Can you show you how the connection is being done, the equipments we are using now for this session, which is quite similar to hybrid programming. I'm going to stop my presentation now. I will show you my face. Hi, I'm Indra. Okay, this is my first camera. Okay, this is my first camera right in front of me. I'm not using the camera from my laptop. Okay, I'm not using the camera from the laptop. That's why I'm looking at my laptop now. That's why you can see I'm looking down, but my camera is just in front of me. So that's one view. This camera is connected to my switcher, which I will switch now to another camera. Okay, this is another camera. Okay, so this is the video switcher. Okay, this is the video switcher. Number 1 is my face. Okay, with the camera in front of me, a pocket camera. I'm using a pocket Sony ZV-1 pocket camera. Number 2 is Ryan's cam, right? Okay. Number 3 is the audience cam, which I plant right behind the pod. So if you want to have a wide shot of the stage, or if you want to show the reaction shots of the audience, or during Q&A when somebody asks a question, you use this cam to go around. Okay. So I have one. That's the 3rd cam, which goes back to the center. So it's a wide shot. If you have a speaker there, you can have like 1 speaker and 2 speakers, maybe 1 moderator. Then that's Ryan, which is manning camera number 2. So you see these cables, the HDMI cables. I'm running through using a HDMI cable. So I just plug in at the back of this switcher. Basically, the camera, HDMI cable, connect it to this mixer. That's it. All right. Some of you might ask, what if my place is very big? For your info, HDMI signal, the copper signal carries through the HDMI copper wires can only go up to 15 meters. So what if you go out, especially if you want to do hybrid programming at the level 1 outside, NLB, it's very big, right? And it's more than 15 meters. Then you use wireless. Basically, this device is actually a wireless device which transmits video signal. Okay, so you put one on your camera, the transmitter on the camera, and the receiver, you connect it to this video mixer here. So this is the video mixer. Okay, then the video mixer, after you connect all the HDMI cable, is connected to my MacBook. Then next is my sound, which is over here. I have another mixer for the sound. So you can see here all these buttons and all these faders. Basically, this is for mic number 1, mic number 2, number 3, number 4. These are all the other inputs. I'm just using one mic today. So if you have if I'm the host, I'll take channel 1. If you have 2 speakers, you take number 2, number 3. And you can connect wireless mic. I'm using a wireless mic actually. Let me switch on over here. I don't know whether you can see. I'm using a wireless mic here. Yeah, all right, so I can go around the pod and you guys still can hear me. So basically all your sound will go through here, and from here, you just send the signal into your MacBook, okay? Nowadays, all these mixers are digital mixer. So what does that mean? Last time you need to convert analog signal to digital. Now, you just need to use USB-C from the out behind and just connect it straight, and your computer is smart enough to know that, oh, this is actually a video mixer and this is actually an audio mixer. So in Zoom, all right, in Zoom, you need to select the inputs. Okay, currently right now, you're looking at me, I'm looking at the camera, but if I want to use my the camera on my MacBook, I can go here. Maybe I switch you to Ryan's camera. So in Zoom, for videos, you can actually select the different types of camera here. So currently right now, I'm connected to the Blackmagic Design video mixer. Okay, then for audio, so you have to select which one to select as a microphone or as a speaker, stuff like that. So it's quite straightforward. So that's the setup. Currently right now, you can see that we are in the pod. What you guys can hear me, but if we have a physical audience here, they can also hear me, because whatever I'm speaking to you guys and whatever you guys later, if I give you permission to talk, the audience can also hear you guys. So we can have this interactive session, you know, like if the audience at home have like questions for the speaker, well, they just talk, you know, using your Zoom, and the speaker can hear them and speaker can reply, and you guys at home can also listen to it. So we have a two-way duplex session where we can actually talk to each other, you know, for Q&A and stuff like that. How cool is that, right? Resource requirements, which is very important. Allow me to share with you some of the best practices, because this is based on our experience doing physical programming, event management, introducing Zoom and conducting webinars and stuff like that. So these are the useful things that you guys need to know. And you cannot stinge on this, basically, okay? First of all is manpower. You cannot operate a hybrid session with just one or two pairs unless you're experienced, unless you're, you know, PixelStudio stuff. Typically, to be safe, you need the same number of person required to run a physical program plus the number of packs to run a Zoom meeting or live streaming. For starters, every single equipment needs to be manned. What do I mean by this? If you are streaming your Zoom to YouTube, you need somebody to be tuning in into YouTube and make sure the signal is true, make sure if there's any people putting in comments or any questions from there, then you need to relay it to the person conducting the session. So the person who's tuning through that needs to be on the panel list in Zoom. So for physical program, you need a host or moderator, you need a tech crew to monitor your sound, do your slides, you need a production program manager, the one who basically orchestrate the whole program. So on the Zoom side, you need someone to manage the Zoom session, like what Roger is doing. He's the session manager here. I'm the speaker. And if you live stream the session on Zoom, like what I mentioned, the person also can inform the moderator on site of the questions and stuff like that. Because sometimes they are not tuning in on Zoom. If they're tuning in on Zoom, they can actually talk to us. But if they are just listening, or if you allow them to ask questions on either Facebook Workplace or YouTube platform, you need to have somebody there, okay? In terms of communication, so in terms of communication, we usually wear comm sets. We have the comm sets so that you can talk to the personnel running the program, giving instruction, information, etc. This is what we typically do for live streaming also, okay? When we do live streaming, when the person is speaking, you cannot be giving them hand gestures and do all these kind of things. You need to talk them through the comm set. So usually I will be the one who will tell the guy who is handling the AV mixer which camera to switch to, you know, and I also use the concept to tell the cameraman, hey, what to do? Okay, now, okay, go and pan across the audience. I want the audience shot. Okay, then it will go through there, then we cut to that camera. If this is all too much for you, you just focus on the person that said, focus on the speaker and you tell them don't move. So for the entire thing, you don't have to man your cameras, okay? But all these has to be communicated to the speaker, the talent, you know, the moderator. If you want the speaker to speak to the audience at home, you need to tell him, hey, which camera to look at, because you got multiple cameras on the floor, okay? So all this needs to be briefed. So next is the programming schedule, the program schedule. Everybody involved needs to be briefed and needs to know their specific roles and timings for each segment of the program. This is usually done by the program manager. So the program manager needs to brief all these things to the camera crew itself, okay? So finally, do your rehearsals. Basically, everybody needs to know what's going on for the program, all right? This way, you can sort out your timing after you do your rehearsals. Then anything that you might not consider will surface and brought up, and you guys can discuss and amend it. You know, for like our yearly NDP, they have like 5-10 rehearsals, you know, it's huge. So to ensure that programs went on smoothly and everybody know their part to the extent when to play a particular clip and when to cue the music. So basically the idea here, you need to rehearse. So if you guys are going to conduct this program and you're scared that you might not be able to handle this, don't worry. We actually have a project that it's going to operationalize live streaming to you guys. But if you have a big program that involves VIP, don't worry, PixelStudio usually will come in to manage all these big program, okay? I would like to inform you that PixelStudio is working on this Stream and Share project, or SNS in short, where we loan you guys live streaming equipment like what you see just now, and teach you guys how to do live streaming and share your programs either with other libraries or stream them out to NLB social platforms like YouTube or Facebook. We've conducted briefing to all the content heads to get them to identify some of their programs for this trial. The trial will start next month, and each content group has identified at least 2 of their programs for this trial or more, okay? Why 2? Because we are trying out 2 different setups. Just now I show you is actually the physical setup using pocket cameras, but we also have another similar setup which utilizes 3 mobile phones, iPhone Pro Max, connected to an iPad. Basically, these are the basic stuff. So you can actually use iPhones and an iPad to do live streaming. You guys can try this thing out. If you guys are interested, please approach your content head. So during these 2 trials, PixelStudio will be there to train them, and the staff will shadow us so that they can learn and run, have a hands-on to do live streaming on their own. The setup is simple and easy enough to use, and will not require many staff to be involved. Minimally, you need 2 or 3. So you can share your programs with other libraries live, or can also send the stream up to YouTube or Facebook to get more viewership, which will maximize reach and boost up your programming KPIs. So I think that is my sharing for today. But before we go to the Q&A, let's go on to the fun quiz. Okay, we have 44 participants for this short fun quiz. Answer fast to get more points. Ready? Which of the following is not a benefit of hybrid programming? Okay. Is it to maximize reach, to increase the number of attendees, sharing of programs, no risk of using copyright contents? Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! Correct. All right. Why? There's still risk using copyright content. Basically, for hybrid programming, once you want to send your content out to the public, all your content needs to be cleared. Wow, haha, not bad, very fast fingers. All right, next question. Question number 2. Are you ready? And the question is, which of the following equipment is required for hybrid programming? Trick question? I don't know. Video mixer, audio mixer, microphones, video cameras, or everything here? You better get this right, eh? All of the options here. Yo, why you say video mixer? Everything. You need everything. But we're here to learn, okay? We're here to learn. Alright, so yes, all these things you need. Okay, and there's something else. Okay, but these are the key essential ones that you need. Okay, let's see. Is aha still up? No, aha. Haha. Oh no, aha. Haha. Still up top of the leaderboard with 1,893 points. Moving on. Alright, question number 3. Answer fast to get more points. PixelStudio NLB will be conducting a live streaming trial on NLB programs from March to May this year. What is the name of this project? Hybrid Programming 101, Live Stream NLB, Stream and Share, SAS. 3, 2, 1. The answer is Stream and Share, correct. So, well, let's see the leaderboard. Haha, still the top one. Not bad, not bad. Whoa, Aida is the top now. All right, good job. Come on, haha. Claim back what's yours. Question number 4. How many video inputs are available on the A10 video mixer that I showed you just now for the stream and share setup? How many video inputs can you insert in this A10 Mini Pro ISO from Blackmagic Design? Is it 2 inputs, 3 inputs, 4 inputs, or 5 inputs? 4. Let's see the leaderboard. Haha, it's back on top. Well done. Okay, this is the last question. Good luck to everyone. You run hybrid programming on the Zoom platform. Can you live stream the sessions on YouTube, Facebook, and Workplace? When you do your Zoom, can you also stream it to YouTube or Facebook or Workplace? Yes, you use Zoom. At the bottom there, there's this one of the function broadcast. Stream to Zoom or stream to YouTube or Facebook. Never mind. We're here to learn. All right. Now let's see. Who's the winner? I don't have a prize for you, but this is bragging rights. I mean, the smartest of the participants. VB! Who are you, VB? With 4,797 points. Well done. Okay, thanks for the sharing. Thank you for attending. Am I right that there are only 4 audio inputs, outputs? Okay, actually, yes, there's only 4. If there are 5 or more, how can it be done? Example, 1 moderator and 4 speakers, all on site. The one that you are referring to is the video output, okay? But you need to also consider this. One camera can pan here and there. So if you have three outputs, like three videos connected to it, you need to put somebody, a cameraman. So if the speaker is speaking, you just pan it over to the guy. Then the other speaker is speaking, you just pan it over to the guy, right? For the audio, not an issue. If you have 5 or 6, it depends on your mixer. For us, we are using a 4-track mixer. But like for places like Port, places like Possibility, they have a 16-track mixer and stuff like that. And theirs is a digital mixer. What's the difference? Digital mixer meaning you can send the signal to your PC as well, and it will record it, recognize it as an input device. So you can just take all your feeds, your audio feeds from there. You can do that. Okay. Next one, Xavier. Hey bro, long time no see. What if the wireless internet connection at the branch is unstable? Is there a way to improve this? For PixelStudio, when we go out live stream, we do LAN. For all the major events, we connect to LAN. Hook us up. We are from the IT team. We'll get my colleagues from the network team to set up the network for you. Then we go through that. If you are scared, I'm running on wireless now. I'm not running on LAN. And it's okay, right? May Chua. Hi, May. For the staff with no background in videography, how many manpower do you recommend for hybrid programming setup? It depends. If you want to use multiple cameras, you need everyone to be involved, basically. Don't worry. The cameras we have is smart cameras. So basically, like what I'm using here, okay? You can see my face, right? The auto tracking is remarkable. If I put my hand here, you see? It focuses on my hand. If I remove it, straight away it focuses to my face. You see, it's that fast, right? So it's like idiot-proof cameras. So that's one of the latest Sony ZV camera. People use this for blogging. It's small enough. Visit our YouTube channel, PixelStudio YouTube channel. There are some courses that, a series of videos that we do on basic videography on how to do framing, how to do lighting and stuff like that. So you go through them. It's like 5 minutes video, less than 5 minutes video. So you just go through them. So but hybrid programming, don't worry. The first 2 sessions will be there. When we go there, we'll teach you guys how to do it. And also, then you guys run it and we'll be at the back. So if you guys do anything, don't worry to make mistakes. We'll be there. And the more you guys do, the more you guys learn, okay? Faiza, hi Faiza. If it's just basic storytelling, streaming, how many manpower required? It's basic storytelling. If you just use one camera, technically, now one can only use one camera. You don't need, you just need a storyteller, right? It depends on how creative you want it to be. You want different angles, like for me, I a bit sport market. If I do storytelling, I want one camera in front of me, like holding a book, telling, and like talking to the audience, looking at the camera like that, right? Looking at the camera like that. But I also want to have one camera behind me, behind the shoulder, so when I flip the pages, so I can see all this. It depends. So if you guys are good enough, you can engage the speaker just using one camera. You can just use one camera and that's it. And you are the storyteller. Do it yourself. Okay, can we use handphone as video cam? Of course. One of the stream and share package is the iPhone package. We have 3 iPhone 12 Pro Max, which is connected to iPad 12-inch iPad Pro with a keyboard. So with that, it's all connected through wireless connection. There's no HDMI cable running around. So if you want to try that setup out, please do. Okay. Zainab, what sort of programs will be allowed to use hybrid? For example, a book club with the authors discussing a particular novel. The benefits of hybrid programming, there's this duplex function, meaning that you can interact with people online. If there's a need for you to interact with your users online, like book club, you want to talk to them, then you want to be able to hear them reply. It's just like Zoom. So, but for book talk, you just use Zoom. You can invite everybody in. You can talk to them. They can talk to you. Yeah. For hybrid programming, there is a physical audience. That's the difference. You're basically running a physical program, and you also stream it out, and you have 2 types of audience. One is a physical audience and one is a digital audience. So you need to manage these 2. Slightly more complex. So if you want book club, just do Zoom. Okay? Can you switch cameras using mixer? Yeah. This is what I'm using. You have to use the mixer to switch the cameras. I have 3 cameras now. First camera, second camera, using this mixer. Yeah. You have to press this button. There are some effects function. You can do like wide auto. Let's do. There you go.
Because the thing is that I've already tried basically emulating and running this sort of hybrid program. We've tried it before now. Most other teams may not know this, but can you at least let us know, like in terms of the laptop that's used to run the program, right? That means all your inputs into the laptop, how many minimum number of ports is needed? How many USB or how many USB-C?
In terms of port, one port for this video mixer, which is running on USB-C. Okay, one USB port for that. One port for the Rode Podcaster Pro here for the audio, and that's it. I don't need anything else. Because I'm running on a MacBook is using the USB-C, so my MacBook got 4 ports, is more than enough. If you don't have enough ports, USB-C, then you buy a dongle, something like this docking station, basically. You know, like sometimes when you buy like MacBook Pro, they only give you like 2 USB-C or Thunderbolt ports, right? Then you need to expand it, then you buy this one lah.
Okay, final question. Now, if some of us, we may want to run it through OBS, is it possible to basically use OBS as an input source for, let's just say, in Zoom? But I'm not too sure how they'll work out. It sounds a bit strange, but yeah, I'm just throwing the question out there.
Yes, you can use OBS. Faizal Osman, any advice for programs that involve hands-on demonstration and movement from the facilitator? Yes, no difference. If they want movement, give them a wireless mic, then connect it to the audio mixer, right? Then you can move around. Then your camera, then use a small camera, then use this system, you know, the wireless unit. So the person can run around, you know, the, you know, whatever you want to go. Okay, so your camera, you use wireless signal, and your mic, you also use wireless signal, so you can go around. Okay, but take note of the distance. Stephanie, hey, hi Steph. How long did you take to set up everything up for today? So we set up from 11, by within an hour we stop, go for a break. If you know, basically it's just like if you know where to plug the cables in, and it'll be quite straightforward. But give yourself some time, don't rush. Right? You guys got a program, maybe you know, go there like 1 hour earlier or maybe 2 hours earlier if you're not confident. Okay, I think that's all the questions we have. Let me invite Ashif. Are you there?
Can you hear me clearly firstly? Because I'm reporting live from Westin, Singapore. What I'm sharing today basically reinforces what Indra has shared, some items that he shared in one of his slides on resource requirements. So basically what I'm trying to tell, based on the past 2 programs that I have on the 26th of January and 23rd of February. So from these 2 programs, I learned a few things, and then I'm just going to highlight them. And then it's all tabled in Indra's presentation earlier on resource requirement. So basically planning is very important. Planning and practice. Planning meaning it doesn't, not only on the technical planning, but as well on your script, because it changes from the usual presentation that you have on site. So now you have to consider what are things to say, because you have 2 different set of audience. You know, you have to address your audience online, you have to address your audience on site as well as an MC. So as PM, you need to consider that as well. And then like what Indra say, rehearsal practice is really important. Practice, because we had a few glitches on our first trial, but like Indra mentioned again, we are all learning. It's not perfect on the first day, and then the second day also we have some technical issues when we are doing things, especially at the pod, because Indra, I think when you do things at the pod, the echo is really extremely high. Huh?
So it depends on also the placement of your mic and stuff, because at the pod also sometimes there's these like metal claddings on top. Sometimes when it's hot, this metal structure will like bend and you can hear clong, clong.
Yes, we had that. We had that on our last event. So you just need to consider the venue is actually important. Secondly, the coordination is also important. Coordination between, if you have a separate entity to run your program, like the vendor to, you know, video record or to run the program as well, you need to coordinate with them. Like you mentioned earlier, you need to direct them when to focus on MC, when to focus on the speaker, so that we can coordinate also with the co-host who is running the Zoom. Because I learned that there are many ways to do this program. I mean, you just need to decide on the options and then you plan based on that. So whether, like for example, whether you want the speaker to control the presentation without logging in Zoom. So that means because you need to address the audience on site. So what sometimes it's not like a YC week situation, but what you see may not be the same what the Zoom people are seeing as well. So you need to consider as well. I think the last point is the communication. Communication is important. Like you say, you comm, right? So we don't have those sophisticated gadgets that you may have. So we use WhatsApp usually between my co-hosts.
Yep.
And communication is important because, one more point that I want to stress is that as a host, as a program manager, it's important that we also log in as a user. I don't know is that a term, to make sure that we know what the audience are seeing.
Correct.
Sometimes, like I mentioned earlier, what we see at the site may not be the same. Like maybe the audio is, not as clear as what the people at the venue hear. So these are the few things and a few things that I want to share. That's it. If you have any questions, just email.
Thank you, Ashif. Yeah, if you guys have any questions for Ashif, please you can put it in the Q&A. Nimala, hi Nimi. There's one question. Is there a way for one person to handle the hybrid programming? Not so straightforward. It depends on how complex your setup is. If you, like just now what Faiza mentioned, if you want to do like single storytelling like that and no interaction, you can do that. If not, have more. Like what Ashif mentioned, like if you broadcast your hybrid programming to YouTube, you need somebody there to monitor, either the comments, how well the signal and stuff like that. So you need to involve a lot of people. Cheng Soon, when you log in as a user as well as a host, they tend to have audio feedback. Because the audio is coming in and it's playing back to your, from your speaker. Yeah, that's why. So you just need to mute one source. Currently right now with me at the pod, I have a few people also tuning in, but they are further away and they switch off their mic because there's this looping effect. Then there's these additional buttons which you can store like presets, audio, I know. Welcome to PixelStudio Academy. You can do stuff like that, stuff like that. Reshma, got one question. Okay, would you suggest a GoPro camera for live streaming which will feed the recording into your Zoom platform or LP? GoPro, you can, but GoPro, they use mini HDMI. You need to have the converter. GoPro also, take note, is wide angle. Any other thing besides your webcam is good enough. If you have a DSLR like what I'm using now, is good. Wow, see, the tracking is super good. So one thing I forgot to mention, if you guys want to record it, right? If you want to record it and you want to have a high quality footage, don't use the Zoom recording. All right. If you don't have other sources, then bopian lah, you have to use a Zoom recording. But Zoom recording, in order to send the signal through clearly, they have to compress your signal and make it light so that you won't have like drop signal and stuff like that. Usually for us, if we're not running Zoom, if we're doing live streaming, we send the full HD signal out to YouTube. And one signal is sent out to YouTube, one signal we record it down on our video recorder. So if you want to do edits, right, and stuff like that, you use that footage. If you use the Zoom footage, it will be compressed. So take note of that. You want more information? Let me know. Hope I answer your question, Reshma. Use any other cameras rather than your webcam. Okay, let's see the difference. Okay, this is my Sony camera.
Yes, this is the MacBook camera.
Yeah, you see? PixelStudio has our own YouTube channel where we share with you more videos on media production. We have a series of videos on how you produce videos using a mobile phone. So if you haven't checked it out, please check it out. Not only that, we have videos from our previous PixelStudio Academy, things like how to create ADMs. So there's this new segment known as Now You Know. Basically, it covers anything from like food, technology, cultures, anything under the sun. So it's fun. At the end of the 5 to 10 minute sharing session, there's a Q&A at the end. So you guys also can join in, trying to answer the question. See whether you can beat PixelStudio members. Some of them are very competitive. So do check out this PixelStudio YouTube channel. Okay, there's a QR code here. We also want to know your feedback about today's session, and do visit the feedback link here and tell us more on how we can improve future sessions, because we are learning along the way. There's the link there also, or just scan. Can scan. So to end off, I hope you learned a few things about hybrid programming today. If you still have questions after the session, please send me an email and I'll be glad to answer them and provide guidance as much as possible, because I believe sharing is caring, and especially while working in LB, sharing of information is key to support lifelong learning. That I end this session. If you want to chat with us, know more about this, we're here to share. Enjoy the long weekend. Be safe. Be careful. Okay, when you guys are out there. Take care, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, man, that's a wrap.